What is going on, everyone? Trust the buzz here. If you're new to the channel, I make Charlotte Hornets content, so if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you cannot tell by the thumbnail title of this video, in today's video, we're going to be explaining the complete draft odds for the Charlotte Hornets. So I know everybody's always talking about, us getting number 1 pick and number 2 pick, but what are the actual odds? And in this video, I'll just be discussing that, and it should be a fairly short video. But before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I am 189 subscribers away from 1,000. I already have the watch hours to get monetized. I just need the subscribers to get monetized, so I can't do that without you. So if you like the content, don't subscribe just to subscribe. If you like the content, go ahead and subscribe for me, and then definitely, there'll be more content on the way. Without further ado, because I don't like long intros, we're going to get straight into the video. All right, so as you can see here, hopefully you can see my screen. I will be very upset if at the end of this, none of this worked. But as you can see, the Charlotte Hornets, they can go anywhere from 1 to 8, and right now they have the 4th best odds. They have the 4th best odds to get the first overall pick, and so we're going to go through each pick in the Charlotte Hornets odds for those picks, and then in another video I'll be talking about what the Hornets should do at each and every pick. So in this video, we're just going to be explaining the odds, because I feel like a lot of people don't know what are the actual odds of the Hornets moving up and down the draft lottery. So without further ado, let's really get into it. All right, so we'll start off at 8. So at 8, the Charlotte Hornets have a 2.2% of falling down to 8. With us being the Charlotte Hornets, I guarantee you this is inflated to 20%, just because nothing ever goes well for the Charlotte Hornets. But I will say, in all seriousness, 2.2% odds, I'm glad at that, just because of the fact that I think for the Hornets specifically, and what we need and what I think will take us to the next level, 1 through 4, maybe 1 through 5 is where we want to be. Really 1 through 4, but I might throw 5 in for Jarris Walker. We'll see. But 1 through 4 is where we kind of want to be. Anything after that, it's kind of But if the odds are low to fall to 8, I'll take it. All right, so falling to 7 is a 16.8%, which is higher than us staying at 4, us moving up to 3, us moving up to 2, and definitely us moving up to 1. So that is something to think about. That is something to look at. I'm nervous at that. And this is one I did not know the odds were this way until I looked at the odds myself a couple of weeks ago. At 6, 25.7% chance that the Charlotte Hornets will fall from 4 to 6. Do not want that whatsoever. I hope that doesn't happen tonight. We'll see, because tonight is supposed to be the night we celebrate having Wemby and the franchise changing forever. But I don't know if that's going to happen. So 25.7% chance of falling down to 6. Now, going back one spot to 5, we have a 7.2% chance. It's kind of it's similar to the 2.2% chance for going to 8. So really, if you're really looking at this, the Hornets they're going to be in 6 and 7, or they're going to be in top 3. It's one of them. Because what you can do, and what would make sense, is we want to fall 1 through 4. So you can add all these up together, and what's that percentage of getting 1 through 4? That's kind of how you have to think about it. And just quick math, I'm pretty sure it's higher than, I know for a fact, it's higher than our odds of going 6 through 7. So that's kind of how you have to look at it. So for us moving up 1 spot to 3, we have 11.9% chance, which I will take, because we have 11.5% chance of staying, but we have a 0.4% advantage of moving up, which anybody 1 through 3, I'm taking. Without a second of a doubt, without even thinking, I'm taking 1 through 3. So then you go and move up to 2, which we have a higher percent chance of moving up to 2 than staying at 4 and moving up to 3, with a 12.2% chance. It's not a lot, but it means there's a chance. And finally, at 1, we have a 12.5% chance of getting Wemby, because if we get 1, we're definitely getting Wemby. I mean, if we get 2, I think we should get Scoot. I don't think Brandon Miller's a good player. Brandon Miller's not better than Scoot. I'm sorry, he's just not. So right here, we're taking Wemby, Scoot at 1 and 2. But let me know what you think of the draft odds. I do think it's interesting that we have a basically 26% chance of falling down to 6, which for me, for the Charlotte Hornets, and what it will be, I'm assuming what will be available at that 6th pick, it's nothing that's really going to change the franchise, and you don't really need a franchise changer. However, it's just with the Charlotte Hornets, we have one guy. and that is LaMelo Ball. I know Miles Bridges is more than likely coming back, but we don't know what he's going to be when he comes back. Let's not forget, at the production he was putting out, which I was a huge Miles Bridges fan before, he did whatever he did. Let's not forget, he only did that for a season and a half. So he did it at the end of the 2021 season, and then he did it for the 2021-22 season. He did it the whole season. So, or no, yeah. So I am just Like, I'm not going to quickly say, especially after he's missed a year of basketball, I'm not going to sit here and say he's a second guy. And at 6, I don't think you're getting a second guy, which, hey, the lottery, it's crazy. Kawhi Leonard fell down to 13. I mean, and if he wasn't injured all the time, we would be regarding him as one of the best players in the NBA constantly, without any asterisk. So anything can happen. There's a lot of good players. I'm not saying that there's not going to be a good player at 6. I'm not saying there's not going to be a good player at 7 or 8. However, it's just what the Hornets do when they draft players. And then it's just, I'd rather get the sure thing. I just rather get the sure thing because I don't personally have any trust in the franchise to get a guy who's almost there and help him get to the next level. Like, for example, at 4, I really would like the Charlotte Hornets to take Amen Thompson. I think Amen Thompson will pair next well to LaMelo. He's tall, so he's like Scoot, but taller. I think Scoot is a more dynamic player, a better player. But Amen Thompson has a lot of the same qualities, a lot of the same traits. Plays well without the ball. I think he's very dominant. You can see when he plays in OTE, even though I'm not that big of a fan of OTE. But still, you can tell he literally is the best player on the court. He dominates. He plays that way. We need that. We desperately need that. However, he does have things that he needs to develop to really take him over to that next level. And do I trust the Hornets to do that without knowing everything I need to know about Amen? No. Like with LaMelo, even though LaMelo was drafted at 3, I think that LaMelo was good enough to where, regardless of who's my staff around me, I'm taking that next step. I'm that kind of player. You don't know if a player has that until you get him. So that's the kind of the iffy part of the draft. So with the Charlotte Hornets, Amen Thompson, I think with the right system around him, with the right players around him, with the right coaching staff and everything, I think he can take that next step. However, I don't trust the Charlotte Hornets to really do that. So I'd rather get a guy 1 through 3 that I know is going to be a good player in the NBA, barring injury or anything crazy. So that is just kind of how I feel on that. But let me know what you think about the lottery odds down below. Don't forget, I am going to be releasing a video. I'm probably going to record it right after this, but I am going to be releasing a video talking about what I would do at each pick, who I would pick at each pick, or if I would trade the pick or whatever the case may be. So stay tuned for that. Once again, subscribe because I'm really trying to get to 1,000. That would mean the world to me. Maybe when I get to 1,000, I'll do a video that's not even basketball related and just tell you how much I really wanted this and how much it means to me that each and every day when I post, a lot of y'all are watching my videos, interacting in the comments, and we're just talking hoops. That means so much to me, and I really, once I get to 1,000, I'll probably do that video just because I don't want to do just put a bunch of videos where it's not basketball related when that's what y'all subscribe to. But I feel like once I get to 1,000, people would understand that I'm trying to do a reflective video because the things I want to say, I can't say in a post. I really want to say it to y'all because that's my form of content. If I was a blog writer, then I would do it on a blog. You know what that makes sense? So yeah, when I get to 1,000, maybe people will understand why I'm doing a reflective video and not really talking about basketball. But like I said, let me know what you think of the lottery odds down below, and I'll see you in 5 minutes. Peace.